Have you ever heard a rumor so wild that it makes you question everything you thought you knew about two Hollywood personalities? That's exactly what happened when whispers emerged from the set of It Ends With Us, a project headlined by Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Some insiders claim Blake's involvement went deeper than just playing the lead character. Others point to Justin's intense method acting as a catalyst for real-life tension. When the project wrapped, everything looked so fractured that people started asking, could there be a hidden story of unrequited feelings, jealousy, and accusations behind all the chaos? Even longtime fans of both actors were left scratching their heads. But that's not the whole story. The real kicker is the idea that the entire mess might have started from a single, genuine spark between Blake and Justin, one that rapidly turned into a one-sided emotional storm. How did the set of a romantic drama suddenly become ground zero for accusations, hidden agendas, and revelations? Let's delve into the timelines, unearth the factors that fueled each confrontation, and see if this might be one of Hollywood's most bizarre on-set sagas. From the outset, It Ends With Us was billed as a heartfelt adaptation of a best-selling novel. Fans were thrilled to see Blake Lively cast as the lead, expecting her signature blend of charm and relatability. Justin Baldoni joined as an actor and producer, aiming to keep the production authentic to the source material. From the outset, It Ends With Us was billed as a heartfelt adaptation of a best-selling novel. Fans were thrilled to see Blake Lively cast as the lead, expecting her signature blend of charm and relatability. Justin Baldoni joined as an actor and producer, aiming to keep the production authentic to the source material. Behind the scenes, though, the atmosphere wasn't all sunshine. Early accounts hinted at disagreements over creative choices. Blake reportedly wanted more control over how intimate scenes played out, while Justin advocated for collaboration with the team. Oddly, this is where contradictions began. Blake's official stance was that there wasn't enough oversight for sensitive scenes. Meanwhile, Justin's team claimed that an intimacy coordinator was available, but Blake declined the option, fueling speculation that she preferred controlling the narrative. Amid these early creative clashes, rumors began swirling about a possible personal dynamic overshadowing the professional one. Blake's involvement in production decisions extended to wardrobe. She dismissed costume designers and brought in pieces from her closet, officially to match the character's vibe. However, some saw it as a deeper desire to immerse herself in the role, or perhaps something more personal. Blake Lively has often admitted she doesn't transform completely into characters. By her own words, she relies on wardrobe and personal flair rather than vanishing into a role. In the past, this method hasn't stirred much drama. Fans usually appreciate her authenticity. In It Ends With Us, though, things were notably different. Cast and crew whispered that she was pushing boundaries in a way that hinted at deeper motivations. She'd never gone so far in intimate scenes before, and the presence or absence of an intimacy coordinator became a hot topic. Initially, Blake had stated she wanted professional oversight. Later, she allegedly acted as that coordinator herself, offering personal cues to Justin on how to hold her or when to pull her closer. Why the sudden shift? Some suggest it was just Blake's attempt to ensure the scenes felt genuine. Others maintain it was a chance to be around Justin in a more personal, controlled environment. Justin, for his part, is known for a unique style of method acting. He crafts journals for his characters, diving deep into their emotional backstories. If the script says his character has trauma, he imagines precisely what that would have been. This approach paid off in previous projects, but in a romantic drama fraught with tension, it might have blurred the lines between performance and reality. There were unconfirmed reports that the chemistry on set felt hyperreal. One day, after filming a particularly emotional sequence, Justin emerged looking rattled, as though the scene had tapped into something truly intense. Blake was reportedly more than ready to comfort him, often initiating friendly physical contact that some interpreted as a show of affection. To casual onlookers, it might just have seemed like two co-stars bonding. But for those who saw the bigger picture, it felt like the first hints of a personal entanglement. And then it got stranger, claimed one source. A minor social media interaction came to light, Blake commenting on Justin's workout post. She joked about doing the same exercise while pregnant, and he replied good-naturedly. Fans spotted the exchange and shrugged it off. Insiders, however, read it as a subtle way for Blake to insert herself into Justin's personal space. She was calling attention to her motherhood, an extremely personal part of her life, while praising his physical routine. At this stage, the rumor mill went wild. Was this just playful banter or a low-key flirtation? Some believed it might be a harmless joke. Others insisted it was a calculated move to test the waters and see how Justin would respond. Accusations soon piled up in official complaints, especially from Blake's side. She insisted that Justin overstepped by pushing for more steamy scenes. Then, in a puzzling turn, there were alleged text messages showing Blake herself demanding certain seductive costumes and rewriting romantic sequences to make them more real. Observers also found it odd that Blake accused Justin of entering her trailer uninvited while she was breastfeeding. Yet the circulated chat logs suggested she had invited him to go over lines at that exact moment. The message thread indicated that Justin even postponed arriving because he was still eating. The contradiction here fueled talk that Blake might have been weaving a narrative to protect herself or hide deeper feelings. Some pointed to an even more eyebrow-raising claim, that Justin asked about Blake's weight, but context matters. People close to Justin argued that it was a routine question tied to costuming or physical stunts, rather than a personal invasion. If Blake had taken it differently, maybe she was sensitive about her body after just giving birth. Or maybe it was an excuse to paint Justin in a negative light. Meanwhile, Justin tried to clarify that many of the longer-than-necessary kisses or physical closeness were orchestrated by the script and, in some cases, by Blake herself. A key figure in the production said they saw raw footage revealing that Blake took the lead more often than not. She was the one leaning in, positioning Justin's hands, and extending each embrace. As these revelations piled up, even casual fans began to sense an internal inconsistency. Why would Blake demand certain romantic set pieces, only to accuse Justin of going too far? Was it a strategic plan to shift blame once she realized the personal tension was becoming transparent? Or could it be that her real-life husband was growing uneasy with how invested she seemed in her on-screen love interest? With every new revelation, speculation grew. But this wasn't the first time Blake's name had been tied to rumors of on-set romance, and her history only made things more complicated. She dated Penn Badgley during Gossip Girl and later married Ryan Reynolds after working on Green Lantern. Rumors also linked her to Ben Affleck on the set of The Town. This history added weight to theories that Blake might have developed feelings for Justin. Unlike her past experiences, though, Justin's reactions appeared distant or professional. Some believed this rejection fueled Blake's frustration and led to allegations against Justin. Digging deeper into Blake's life reveals that she grew up in an environment where she often got what she wanted. Her privileged upbringing might have given her the impression that rejection or resistance isn't something she needs to deal with often. On the It Ends With Us set, she may have found herself facing the unusual challenge of someone not succumbing to her usual charm. The gossip about Justin being methodical, disciplined, and perhaps deeply focused on his craft only made the rejection sting more, if that's indeed what happened. This speculation turns even darker when combined with reports that Justin tried to maintain professional boundaries. He recommended the use of intimacy coordinators and suggested rewriting certain scenes to keep them comfortable for everyone involved. If Blake saw these measures as pushing her away, it could have been interpreted as a personal slight. And so the real question becomes, was Blake truly seeking a deeper connection or was she testing her own allure? Asked an anonymous crew member. They implied that Blake may not have wanted an actual affair, but rather a thrilling emotional chase. If Justin remained distant, that could have been enough to spark resentment, explaining why she later pointed fingers at him for supposed improprieties. Once that ball started rolling, though, it was unstoppable. Production insiders recall how tensions rose every time a new rumor leaked. One day, tabloids reported that Blake was rewriting certain love scenes to be less explicit, while the very next day, other sources claimed she was adding more romantic lines to intensify the tension. The conflicting accounts created a tornado of confusion. Blake's husband, Ryan Reynolds, has a well-documented persona: cheeky, occasionally sarcastic, and fiercely protective of his family. He was never confirmed to have physically shown up on set in a rage or anything that dramatic. Still, backstage gossip suggested he wasn't entirely comfortable with the directions Blake was taking. Some stories say Ryan visited the set more frequently than usual for someone not involved in the production, quietly observing how the intimate scenes were shot. Others believe that when he learned about the blossoming rumors of a potential fling, he let Blake know in no uncertain terms that this was not how he wanted their family dynamic to play out in the public eye. When the controversies about personal boundaries and breastfeeding in the trailer surfaced, Ryan's reaction was supposedly blunt. He might have teased Justin or even made remarks that underscored how everything needed to be kept professional. If any offhand comments from Ryan were overheard, it could have created a tense environment, making Justin feel singled out or scapegoated. Unsurprisingly, fans of both actors started taking sides. Some believed Blake's every word, championing her allegations of an overbearing co-star/producer. Others insisted that Justin did nothing wrong, pointing to contradictory evidence in text messages and behind-the-scenes testimonies. The public narrative became a battleground of conflicting evidence. And just when you thought the chaos had peaked, an industry observer wrote, it got even messier. Production schedules shifted, scenes were reshot, and multiple rewrites took place. The entire project began to feel like a minefield of emotional tension, both in front of the camera and behind it. With so many personal and professional dynamics at play, it's no wonder the production felt like a ticking time bomb. But what does this controversy reveal about Hollywood's larger culture? Stories about co-stars developing feelings aren't rare, neither are allegations of misconduct when lines blur between fact and fiction. What sets this case apart is the precise way each accusation was met with direct counter-evidence. Usually, such disputes rely on he said, she said tales that are hard to verify. Here, we have message logs, eyewitness accounts, and a record of Blake's own statements that clash with her official complaints. Could it be that Blake realized her on-set emotions had gone further than they should have, prompting a scramble to regain control of the narrative? Maybe she hoped to paint Justin as the aggressor to keep her own reputation intact. Or perhaps Justin really did push boundaries in ways that aren't captured by text messages and interview snippets. In that sense, both parties had enormous incentives to shape how the media perceived their interactions. The end result was a flurry of contradictory statements, legal complaints, and pointed interviews, all swirling around an already tense production. By the time it concluded, the film had become almost secondary to the swirling drama between the two leads. When sparks fly on a movie set, people often assume it's just the script coming to life. But with It Ends With Us, those sparks ignited a deeper, more complicated story. From Blake's actions to Justin's boundaries, the situation became a cautionary tale about emotions and professionalism colliding. Could all this be a misunderstanding of harmless interactions? Perhaps. Yet the mounting contradictions suggest something deeper unfolded. Whether the truth lies in unedited footage, off-camera conversations, or private messages, one thing is certain: this Hollywood rumor isn't going away anytime soon. What do you think really happened on the set of It Ends With Us? Share your thoughts in the comments below, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.